Forms for training platforms, Dr. Afreen's Academy and MD Prep, which are training platforms for GP licensing and residency entrance exams, which is MRE. I'm sure you all are aware of MRE, right? So that is a residency entrance exam. If you are planning to do your residency or post graduation in the UAE, you will have to write MRE. So I will get to that later as well. I'll touch upon MRE later on. So yeah, that's pretty much about me. So with that said, let's get to the core of the webinar, which is medical internship in UAE. So firstly, let's start with the basics. Let's start with the basics. There are three different types of training programs offered here in UAE for foreign medical graduates, as well as, of course, medical graduates who have done their graduation in UAE. The first one is basic training programs, which covers your undergraduate program, which is your MBBS of 5 years. Like some of you all call it MD degree, right? In Georgia, Russia, etc. In some countries, it is called MBBS. So that comes under basic training program. And the next is your observership program. So observership program is for those who want to observe. This is not you don't really get hands-on practice in observership program. You are just observing, as the name suggests. So these two programs come under basic training programs. Next, you have intermediate training programs, which are internship program, experience equivalency program, practical training programs, courses, back to practice program. These four training programs come under intermediate training programs. And lastly, you have advanced training programs, which are residency program, fellowship program, and postgraduate certificate program. Okay. But we are only interested in the internship program today from the intermediate training program. So let's only stick to that for today. Internship in UAE. Like already mentioned, it is an intermediate training program. It falls under the category of intermediate training. It is a practical academic training that students undergo in their medical colleges to the practical application of acquired knowledge and skills to medicine and hospitals and clinics under the supervision of consultants from various departments in hospitals. So that is the definition. If you ask me what is internship program, it is this. Okay, it is 12 months clinical training program. In whichever authority you get into, it will be 12 months. I will get to that later as well. It will be 6 months of training in the medical departments and 6 months in the surgical specialities or departments. Internship programs are being offered in the following authorities, health authorities. First being DHA, which is Dubai Health Authority. Then there is MBRU, which is Mohammed bin Rashid University of Medicine and Health Sciences. And then there is DHA and MBRU, by the way, are both in Dubai. MBRU is not a separate entity, but it comes under Dubai. Only difference is DHA has only the private hospitals under it, and MBRU has only the government hospitals coming under MBRU. DOH is Department of Health of Abu Dhabi, and EHS Abu Dhabi and Alain, by the way. Even for Alain, if you're planning to apply to Tawam, there's a hospital called Tawam in Alain. So that comes under your internship as well as your residency program. You will have to apply to DOH. EHS is Emirates Health Services, which caters to the Northern Emirates. Do you all know what the Northern Emirates are? You need to know which emirate or which health authority you're applying to. So the Northern Emirates are Sharjah, Ajman, Fujairah, Ras Al Khaimah, and Al Quwaim. Okay, so these emirates fall under the Northern Emirate category. So if you want to apply to these emirates, you will have to apply for EHS. So these are basically the four places where you can apply for your internship program. So who are eligible for internship program in UAE? The local graduates, the UAE nationals, and they have opened for international medical graduates as well, who are the FMGs, like most of you all. And the duration of the program would be 12 months, which is 6 months in medical departments and 6 months in the surgical departments. You will be equally rotated in these departments, 6 months. 6 months, as in there will be general medicine in the medical departments. You will have general medicine, you will have pediatrics, psychiatry, and one month in primary healthcare, and you will have clinical electives as well. At the end of your internship, you will be posted, or you will be asked which is your specialty of interest, and you will be given clinical elective blocks. Okay, so that's how you will be rotated during your internship program. So let's dive into different health authorities in detail, and let's see how different they are from each other. Let's start with the Unified Internship Program in Dubai, which is your DHA. I'm only talking about DHA here, not the MBRU. I'll get to that later. So the application forms or the registration opens from May to June every year. It is not open now. You will have to wait if you want to apply to DHA internship program, you will have to wait until May for the applications to open. And the training starts from for the medical internship from August, and for the dental internship it starts in the month of September. That is your induction. Okay, the training, as in you will have time from June, July, 2 months for you to prepare for your interviews and data flow, and all of those things. Whatever things needs to be ready has to be kept ready in these 2 months, and then you will be inducted and started. Your training period will be started from August for the medical graduates, and for the dental graduates it will be in the month of September. So that's about your registration training. Application fee is 220 AED, and these are the documents that are required for your application process. Degree certificate. You need to upload your graduation degree certificate is nothing but your graduation certificate, and in case your degree certificate is not available, that is in case your graduation is not completed, you need to and you're just about to finish your graduation in a couple of months. In that case, what you need to do is you need to obtain a letter from your college stating the date of completion of your graduation, and the latest transcript has to be stamped by the medical college, your college. Okay, so and additionally the applicant must attach a promise letter to offer the degree certificate before starting the internship program, at least a month before the training. So here in this case, if you're you need to finish, or the promise letter needs to mention that you will complete your graduation before August, because this is when the induction starts and your program starts. So you have to give a promise letter saying you will complete your graduation before August, at least by July end. So that is what it means. Before the commencement date, you have to give them a letter stating you will finish at least a month before the commencement date. And this has to be attested or stamped by the Ministry of Higher Education and Embassy of UAE from the country of studied. So that is your degree certificate. The second is the most important, ECE report. ECE score is nothing but the US system of grading your scores, because every country has a different scoring system. Some countries have in percentage, some countries have GPA, and some countries have grading, I believe. So they have standardized the grading system, which they follow US system. ECE can be, the Canadian system or the US system, but UAE has standardized the US system. So ECE is nothing but the educational credential evaluators. That ECE stands for Educational Credential Evaluators, which reviews your academic transcripts from your country and converts them to the US system of grading. Sorry, which has been standardized in UAE. And to do this, you will have to visit the official website of ECE, which is ece.org. ORG. And you will have to upload your marks transcript as well as your physical copies of your marks sheets needs to be sent to the US to the address mentioned on the website, on the official website, not on DHA website, but on the ECE website. So you will have to apply it online as well as send all your marks sheets physically or in a sealed envelope. Okay, so and then they will revert via email with your credential report, with your credential evaluation. They'll also send a physical report to the same address, to your home address, to wherever you ask them to send. And this process usually takes around 3 weeks or more. So since this is a mandatory criteria for DHA, MBRU, DOH. EHS does not really, EHS and DOH also does not need it's not a mandatory criteria for DOH. So for MBRU, since the applications are opening this month, and ECE needs to be ready. So you will have to start right away, because the process takes at least 3 to 4 weeks for them to send your physical copies and for them to convert your GPA or transcript into ECE report. So you will have to start right now if you want to apply to MBRU or DOH. All of your educational documents will be then returned when the report is complete. Your documents will have to be, when you're sending them the documents, it has to be sealed and sent, making sure. And another thing is, you will have to make sure that you complete the online application before sending the documents to ECE. You cannot be sending them the physical copies before having it applied online. Okay, so you'll have to do the online process first, and then you will have to apply, or you will have to then do the courier thing. So that's about ECE, which is a mandatory requirement by DHA and MBRU, both for Dubai. So the next is Emirates ID and passport copy. Of course, you are required to have a mandatory Emirates ID and residence visa and passport copy. All these three documents needs to be attached during the application time. And English language proficiency certificate, IELTS exam. This is universally accepted by all three health authorities, which where your score needs to be more than 6 or above. OET C plus, or even TOEFL, they accept TOEFL as well, which is 550 or above. So that's the score they want for you to have, and this certificate needs to be produced at the time of application. The most important, and do not underestimate the importance or the significance your CV holds, during the time of your application as well as the selection process. So your CV plays a significant role while applying for the internship program. Not just internship program, even for the residency program or any other training programs, intermediate training programs, or advanced training programs, or be it your observership as well. So internship plays a vital role across all health authorities in UAE, not just DHA. So it's important to build a strong portfolio which has a mention of research publications. You have to make a note of this: research publications, voluntary social community activities, or being part of any charity organizations, or you could even provide certificate of participation to these organizations or conferences or anything, or you being a part of some community engagement event where you're speaking or organizing or participating. Just a certificate of that will also do. Just a mention of that on your CV will make a huge difference. So these activities needs to be either organized or supervised by an official health association or a government licensed organizations. Only then it is given weightage. It cannot be just about any organization. It needs to be licensed organization that is organizing these kind of events, community engagement events. Or you could even, the other things what you can mention on your CV are extracurricular courses such as ACLS, PALS, BLS. Of course, it's a mandatory criteria for EHS and even for the other health authorities before the selection process. For EHS, you need to have a valid BLS completion card at the time of your application, whereas for DHA, DOH, and MBRU, you're not. It's okay if you don't have it at the time of application, but you are required to have it during the interview selection process. Your BLS card. Apart from BLS, it gives it's an added bonus or an advantage if you have done your ACLS, PALS, or ultrasound certificate, like point of care ultrasound certificate, or anything that speaks about your personality. If you have had certificates on leadership, quality, and speaking, or something of that sort, extracurricular stuff. If you have any certifications done on that, or at least provide certificate of attendance, even that will do. And lastly, of course, your academic awards or achievements. If you have received any academic awards in your college, or if you have presented any papers or publications, best paper, best research, or anything, you need to make a mention of that as well. And if you have attended any international conferences, again, an added plus, you can make a note of that. You will have to mention that on your CV. So these are some of the ways you can build your portfolio, because a strong portfolio really helps during your selection process for the internship program. And it's not a cakewalk. It's not easy to get matched into internship program. You just apply and you get. It's not like that. There is a process which you will have to follow, and the seats are limited. You will have to remember that as well. So you will have to work on these things. If you have everything in place, of course there's no exam, so only thing you will have to um have everything in place is, you will have to build a strong CV, and you will have to work on your GPA. If you have a good GPA, of course it's good, it really helps across all health authorities. But what you have in hand right now is your CV and how you do at your interviews. So these two things, if you work really well on it, work towards making it better, then there are good chances of you getting matched or getting selected in whichever health authority you want. So these are the hospitals that are listed under DHA. So, like already mentioned, DHA has only the private hospitals under it. MBRU has the government hospitals. So, these are all the names of the private hospitals. And if you get inducted, it will be in one of these hospitals: Saudi German, Faki University, Mediclinic, American Hospital. There's Medcare, Zuleika, Aster, Suleiman Al Habib, Prime Hospital, Al Garhood. You can take a screenshot if you want. There's Mirdif private hospitals. So these are the 11 hospitals where you will be doing your internship in one of these hospitals. Yeah, and this is the enrollment fees for if you get um, selected, yeah, under DHA in DHA. Okay, and one inside news is that this year the DHA reduced the fees, the enrollment fees, from 30K to 10 grand, 10,000 instead of 30,000, due to the protests from medical students apparently. So this is the inside news, but nobody knows what it's going to be in 2025. So good luck on that. We are not sure. It was only in 2024 that this fee was reduced from 30K to 10K. So moving on to the next, this is the MBRU. MBRU is Mohammed bin Rashid University, where you have all the government hospitals of Dubai are under the MBRU. Uh, what do I say? This is the entity that has all the government hospitals under it. So this is the other side of Dubai training. Okay, one side is DHA, where you have all the private hospitals. If you want to do your internship training in government hospital, which are really good, you will have to apply for MBRU. But again, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to get matched here. It's a training program offered by Mohammed bin Rashid University, which provides hands on training in different medical departments. Interns will rotate through different specialties, providing a well rounded education. Alongside clinical responsibilities, you will also be participating in various educational activities, seminars, and research. So you will be very much involved in research if you are doing your programs under MBRU. So this is what makes it, this aspect differs from the other health bodies, where you have research. You will not be getting involved in research as much as you will be doing that here in MBRU. There are extremely very very well very good research programs and research centers in under MBRU. So if you get matched here, it is really good for you in terms of your residency as well. And the application starts from January end, which is this month end, to April. Okay, until April, you have the applications open. So MBRU gives you a broad window to apply for the program. However, you need to know that it's very difficult to get matched into MBRU for international medical graduates, because the majority of the seats are open only for locals, UA nationals, and UA graduates. So they have kept the seats open. The first preference is given to them for obvious reasons, right? So you will have to have a great portfolio and GPA to get into MBRU. On the website, if you see, they give 60% of weightage to portfolio and 40% to your GP. So you will have to have a great portfolio to get into MBRU. Another interesting factor is that MBRU has no tuition fees. The application fee is 260 AD. There's no tuition fees for medical internship, even for FMGs. Dental internship, they take 65,000 AD, but for medical internship, it is free. There's no tuition fee. That's another reason why there are many applicants, why there are many people wanting to do their internship program under MBRU. So if you want your chances to increase, build, work on your portfolio and apply as early as possible. It commences, the applications are opening this month end. So give your best and give it a shot. For this, I yes. So these are the admission requirements. You will have to have your bachelor's degree ECE. So you will have to start doing your ECE right away if you want to apply for MBRU. Okay, as soon as possible, start your application and work on getting your ECE done and IELTS exam. So these are the two things that takes time. So work on it if you want to get into MBRU. Bachelor's degree, of course, like I already mentioned, it is your UG, same as your DHA. I'm not going in detail again. It is your undergraduate degree certificate. If the certificate is not yet issued, you can give a letter of enrollment or a promise letter stating you will finish it before the commencement of the program. So that's the admission requirement. It's pretty simple. The admission requirement is mainly these three, four things. Apart from the academic things, you will have to show them your Emirates ID, passport copy, and visa, and all of those things. But here, what takes time is your ECE and your IELTS. IELTS, you will have to give the latest certificate. These are the documents required. Personal documents are your recent colored photo, passport copy, Emirates ID, residency visa, and your academic documents, undergraduate degree certificate, academic transcript, ECE, and results of your English proficiency test attained within the last 2 years. Recently, someone asked me if it can be done if I think that student had done it 5 years ago or something. So that's not accepted. It has to be within the last 2 years. And the copy of CV, which I've already mentioned. So so these are the documents that's required. CV, the only additional thing here is your CV. DHA does not need your CV at the time of application, I believe. MBRU needs it. So this is the only additional change here. And I've already explained the significance or importance of a tailored CV during the time of your application, as well as at the time of your interview rounds. So you got to work on that. So these are the hospitals that fall under MBRU. They are all the government hospitals that are there in Dubai. These are the government hospitals in Dubai. Al Jalila Children's Hospital, which is exclusively pediatric hospital. And then there is Dubai Hospital, Latifa, Rashid, Hatta, and Jabal Ali. The first four are within the city limits, and the last two are uh, on the outskirts. There's Hatta, which is on the border, and Jabal Ali Hospital, again on the border. So, and this is the curriculum. This will be your curriculum in MBRU. You will be rotated in all these departments and have three blocks of clinical electives at the end. You will be asked to choose your field of interest and you will be doing electives on that. And you will also have a dedicated curriculum for research, which you may not find in the other programs perhaps, like DHA, DOH. They only have clinical training, but here you will have three blocks of electives which you will not find elsewhere. And here you will have dedicated program for research. So you get these things in MBRU. So next we have DOH, which is the Department of Health of Abu Dhabi. The application opens from Feb 1st to 31st March, which is next month. So now what is open for you? If you have your ECE and IELTS ready, you can apply for MBRU as well as DOH. Applications are not open for both, so you can start working towards the application by applying for your ECE report as well as doing your IELTS exam. All the other things, I'm sure you have it ready. The application fee is 220 AD, and documents required are again the same, just like the others: recent photo, residence visa, Emirates ID, your marks transcript, your GPA needs to be 3.2 for DOH. DOH is pretty strict, if I may say. They need bright students, if I may say so. So they really need to they really look at your GP really with hawk eyes. They want your GPA to be really good, or a percentage of 85, which I believe is very high for an FMG or any other graduate. So they don't really necessarily want to have your ECE during the application process. If you have your GPA, you are good to go. Okay, so you don't have to have your ECE at the time of DOH application. But for MBRU, yes, you need. If you have your ECE, there's no, you can apply, you can upload your ECE certificate along with your marks transcript and GPA. So your chances are higher if you have your GPA higher than 3.3, or if you have it 3.2. Apart from that, it's your graduation certificate that's needed, passport copy, CV, and the other exams, as already mentioned, English proficiency exams. Enrollment fee is 30,000 AED for 1 year. The applications for DOH are not opened yet. If you open the website and see, none of the applications are open because it opens just a day or two before the application really, just a day or two earlier. So the process is pretty much the same for all the Emirates, all the health authorities. And you will have to have your UAE pass. That's another important thing. You will have to have your UAE pass downloaded to log in. Through that, log into the website, and only through the UAE pass, you will have to fill in the application details and proceed. So you need to have your UAE pass downloaded on your phone or your system or anything to apply for these health authorities. Lastly, it is your Emirates Health Services (EHS). So where the rest of the Northern Emirates fall under your Sharjah, Fujairah, Ajman, Ras Al Khaimah, and Al Quwain. There are some good hospitals in northern side, which is your Fujairah Hospital. Then there is GMU, Gulf Medical University in Ajman. So there are some good ones, and there is one in Ras Al Khaimah as well. So if you want to apply in these Emirates, you will have to apply for EHS. Okay, and the app registration starts from May to June, which is around the same time as DHA. So for EHS and DHA, it is May to June. The application fee is again the same, 220, just like the others. Only MBRU takes 260, whereas the others are same, 220. The required documents are all pretty much the same, except that your EHS needs a valid BLS completion card. This is the only difference. Whereas for the others, you don't need to have it. You don't need to present it during the application process. But for EHS, you are required to have a complete BLS card. Okay. Apart from that, it's the same: valid passport, Emirates ID, academic degree, certificate, academic transcript. You don't need to have your ECE here. Only the academic transcripts will do. Your birth certificate, this is an additional document as well. Birth certificate is needed for EHS, then residence visa, IELTS certificate, and valid BLS completion card. ECE is not mandatory, but you can provide that if you have your ECE ready with you. Along with the academic transcripts, you can submit your ECE report. Enrollment fee is again the same, 30,000 AED for 1 year. So yes, so that's all about different health authorities. All all are more or less the same in terms of the application, the applying, the registration process. It's all the same except for few changes here and there. For EHS, you are required to have BLS, and ECE is required by all the health authorities. So have your ECE, try and apply for it right away, because if you want to apply for MBRU, you will have to keep it ready by this month end. Uh, Today is 11th, and you have exactly, I think, what, 2021, 3 weeks, 3 weeks to go. So this is the right time to apply for ECE if you want to apply for DOH or MBRU. DHA and EHS opens in the month of May, so you still have time for that. If you have it ready now, your ECE, you can apply for DHA and EHS as well in May. So you won't have to do extra work when you have to apply for DHA in the month of May. So in conclusion, MBRU is competitive, DOH is tough to get in because they only take bright students, to be honest with you. Both MBRU as well as DOH especially, they have a criteria of high GPA of 3.2, so they take only real good students. And DHA and EHS are relatively liberal for FMGs and IMGs. So, but you can try your luck in all four. There's no harm applying for all the four health authorities. right? So that's about all the health authorities in nutshell. And all the completed applications will be reviewed by the admission committee. So once the authority closes the application, this is what happens. Once the application deadline is closed, all applications are reviewed by the admission committee. Whatever your ECE score, everything will be carefully checked, carefully observed and checked. And based on that, they will give you an acceptance or an approval or rejection based on your application. So that is done by the admission committee of every authority, regulatory body. And another thing, one thing you need to know is that you can apply to all the health authorities, but you will only get matched into one. I mean, obviously you cannot be doing internship at two different places at the same time, right? You are only applying to two or three different authorities just to increase your chances of getting into the program, internship program. That's it. That's the idea behind it. You can apply to all of them to increase your chances. Suppose you don't get in DOH, you have your options open for the other three, right? That's the reason you're applying for all four. But that doesn't mean you will be doing in all four. If you get selected in for all four, there is no way you will get selected in all four, because there is something called as cross matching. You know what cross matching is? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is an important step in selection, okay? Cross matching. So, for example, and cross matching happens in MBRU because there are many applications every year. There are many people applying, many students applying for MBRU. So this cross matching is more or less like the USMLE. If you're aware of USMLE, they do this there because again, for USMLE there are plenty of applicants applying for USMLE. So they do something called as cross matching. So it is a selection process, okay? It's a selection process where a candidate is shortlisted and ranked by two or more authorities. So suppose one candidate has applied for two or three or four places: DHA, MBRU, EHS, and DOH. Uh, and apart from health authorities, he has even applied for different training facilities. You can even do that. I forgot to mention, you can even do that. Suppose in DHA, I showed you the list of hospitals, right? Al Jalila, Rashid, Latifa, and Hatta Hospital. You can apply to each hospital, and suppose you have been selected by, let's say, four to five places because of your good GPA and good portfolio and everything. So what will the candidate do now? So that is when this cross matching comes into play. The candidate is then contacted by one of candidate will be contacted by these health authorities and given the opportunity to select their preferred entity or training facility. So the candidate has an upper hand here. He can select what he wants. Okay. The hospital or the training facility will be contacted by the candidate and given the opportunity to select what he wants. So they get the opportunity to select what they want.
Hi, doctors. Yeah, so let me just rectify it. Please hold on, okay?
Hello.
Hi, ma'am. Now it's audible.
Yeah, could you guys hear me? I was talking.
Yes, doctor. Like
Yes.
for 2 minutes, it was silence.
Okay, okay. Did you get the cross matching selection process? Did you understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So the student, one second. So the student is given the opportunity. Once, where did it go? Yes. So the student or the candidate is given the upper hand, or the ball in is in his court, basically. To to put it in simple words, he can choose whichever facility he wants. That is, if his portfolio is good, if his GPA is good, if his interviews are excellent, and he is a top-notch candidate, then the ball is in his court. He can choose whichever facility he wants. So this is called cross matching, and this opportunity is given by the health authorities. Okay. So that is about your cross matching, and this is an important step in MBRU. They follow this in MBRU. In EHS and other things, they don't really need to do it, because there are not many applicants or applications every year. So I have made this extra slide to speak on how to build your portfolio. So these are the list
Doctor,
of.
we cannot see the
Yeah.
slide.
Oh, really? One second. Can you see now?
Yes, perfect. Now we can see.
Yes. So this is one extra slide that I made to speak on how to build your portfolio. Because, like I said, 60% of your selection is based on your portfolio. Okay. So you'll have to work on this. GPA is out of your hand because you have passed your exams and now you can do nothing about it. But if you have a great GPA, of course, it is an added bonus for you. But portfolio is what you can work on. And these are the list of things that needs to be worked on to secure an internship spot in UAE. And make sure you have these things mentioned on your CV during your selection process. First is your research publications. Research activity or publications plays a major role, and I have already spoken about it at length previously. uh, Research does not mean that you have to publish an entire research or an entire new thing to your name. It's not mandatory to be doing it all alone. You can just be a part of it, even if it's a small part of it, with your name mentioned on the research article. That's sufficient for an intern. Just by being a part of collecting data or analyzing data, or you could write a manuscript or something. You could be a part of a case study. Just a small role is also, it plays a huge role in terms of building your portfolio. Just make sure you have a mention of research. Without the mention of research, there's no looking at your portfolio. They will not. If you want to impress them, have research publications written, as many as you want, on your CV. And ensure the date is mentioned on the certificate as well. If you're providing them the certificate, or the literature of what is published, if you want to give them that, make sure the date is mentioned as well, along with your name, of course. So that's one important thing: research publications. The second is voluntary social service, voluntary social community activities. Again, everybody here gets impressed with that, trust me. So third is academic achievements. If you have any awards or anything you have received during your academic years, you have to mention that. um, any best paper or anything, if you have attended.
Doctor, we cannot hear you. Yeah.
There are 90% chances of you getting access. Added. So these are the extra added benefits for y'all. Can you see the screen?
No.
Hello.
No, we can't see the screen.
No, doctor, we cannot.
Now?
Yes, now we can see it.
Yeah. And if you have presented at any scientific event or conference or symposium, or if you have attended workshops, you have to make a note of that as well. You have to mention that. So,
Doctor, regarding voluntary social community activities, I wanted to ask that how do we present that in our CV? That do we have to have a certification regarding that we trained in a medical camp or we did or voluntary medical service in a medical camp in some rural area or what? Kindly explain it regarding this.
yeah. So on the CV during the application, you cannot present your certificate, right? So you can just make a mention of that. You can just write from when, which month, or the date that you have done. You can just write the date. But during the interview session, they will grill you with your CV. So they will make you read it. They will ask when you have done, show us the certificate and all of that. So it comes into picture during your interview session, the certificate that you mentioned. But for the CV, you can just write on the CV, you have done this, you have been a volunteer during this or event or something, and mention the date. But during the interview time, you will have to present the certificate as well as a proof that you have done it. You cannot just about write anything you want without proof.
Like I have done social community voluntary medical camps, but they were on a very private setup in Pakistan, so we didn't get any certificate regarding this. So should I contact the given hospital that they should provide me certificate that I have completed their, I've done their medical camp? Should I do that then?
If you have it, it's always better, because you need to have some kind of all these events, they give you some participation certificate or something, right? They are supposed to, at least. Yeah, they are supposed to give you. If you are a volunteer, they are supposed to give you a proof of volunteering. Something. If you have if you have an email or something, or some that you have received from their end, you can attach that, or you can show them as proof. You have done it. Because if that is the case, then anybody can write anything, right? If you have it, it's well and good. Otherwise, you can just tell them you have not received it. If you happen to go to the interview, you can just tell them that. That's also fine. Yeah. Okay. So you can add a certificate of, not certificate, you can mention that if you have presented at any event or conference or any workshop, if you have participated, you can present that as well. And ACLS, BLS, PALS, ATLS, these are very important. Having done ACLS, BLS, PALS are vital for your profile. BLS is a mandatory certification that you have to provide during the time of your interview for all the health authorities. But during the time of before the interview.
Doctor, can you please repeat the point 6 about the IFOM examination?
We cannot hear again.
Let me share again. I don't know why this keeps going. Yes. You can see now, right? So there is
Yes.
something called as LOR. There's something called as LOR, which you have to take from your hospital at the end of your internship program here in the UAE. And when you are choosing your internship program, you have to be very careful in choosing your facility of training. And it's always highly recommended to choose a facility that provides residency program. Okay, when you're choosing your internship facility now, choose a hospital that provides residency training. Because all your program directors for the residency who are going to take your specialty interviews during your residency after MRI are from these hospitals. So when you're doing your rotations in these specialties, you already know them, they know you, and you get familiar with them. They know how you're working, you know the system and everything. So it's easier for them to select you over the others whom they don't know. So they already know you, and your chances there are definitely higher during your residency. So that's the whole idea. Okay, so always choose a hospital for your internship program where they are providing residency training. So this is a basic um, thing. You have to choose. So in the hospital names that I've mentioned, go back home and do your homework and see which of these hospitals are providing residency training, because not all of them provide. Okay, so that's one thing. And MBRU, definitely all of them do. All of them provide residency training. But under DOH and under DHA, you will have to see which of them provides residency training. So it's always wise to choose these hospitals.
Doctor, can you please tell me about the hospitals in DOH?
DOH, you have Danat Al Emirat, there's Cleveland, there's Sheikh Khalifa Medical City, there is Sheikh Shagbut Medical City, there is Tawam, and there is UAE University. So these are the five, six. And there are a couple of others, but these are the real well known ones that provides residency training. Okay. So the second question, do interns get paid? No, they don't. Only the local graduates, that is the locals here, Emiratis, they get paid. Not even the UAE graduates, even they don't get paid. In fact, even they have to pay just like you guys. Even they have to pay 30K to do their internship in their own country where they have graduated. Third is, how long is the internship program? It is 12 months of clinical rotations, 6 months, which is equally divided into 6 months in medical departments and surgical departments. And you will have clinical electives as well, depending upon the health emirate. It depends on the health emirate how many months you will be in the electives. In MBRU, I think you get 3 blocks.
Can this
And
duration be reduced, ma'am?
which duration?
Like for 1 year?
No, no,
Can we?
you
Is
cannot
it
reduce.
compulsory for 1 year? Okay, okay.
It is a program of 1 year.
Right.
Fourth question, can you work after internship? No, you cannot work in UAE without work experience and a license. You have to have license here to work. You cannot work here just with the internship program. Okay, it only gives you an upper hand to do your residency here, training, but it does not allow you to work here. So does doing an internship in UAE exempt you from work experience needed for the GP pathway? No, it does not. Contrary to the popular belief, there are a lot of people who think if you do your internship here, you get exempted from the 2 years work experience. And I see a lot of videos from other people as well who say if you do your internship, you are exempted. It's false. It's not true. You don't get the work experience exemption, or the DHA exam exemption. No, you don't, if you have done your internship. But yes, the UAE graduates who have done their graduation from UAE, they get exempted from the work experience part. But even they have to write the licensing exam like DHA, HAD, and MOH to get into the GP practice. But for them, the work experience is exempted, but not for the FMGs who come here and do their internship. So they have to either go back to their home country and get 2 years of work experience to work as a GP, or um, or get into the Emory pathway. So these are the two options interns have here. Lastly, what happens after the application gets accepted? So this is the final step. After the application gets accepted, you will be contacted via email and called for an interview if everything is, on point. If your CV is good and all of those things, they look at all many things, and if everything is fine, they'll contact you via email. You will have to keep your documents and everything ready before the interview, before the selection process. You will have to get your data flow verification done as well. Data flow verification is nothing but um, the verification of all your documents, your marks transcript, your work experience if you have any, or your all these documents that you have submitted, your academic documents will be verified by a company called data flow, which is your primary source verification. So for all the programs here, they do data flow in GCC countries. So if you get stuck at any point, or if there is any discrepancy in any of the certificates, then the candidate will be blacklisted, or it will not move forward. Then that candidate will not be able to proceed with the program. And after that, once everything is sorted, when once you have all these documents and everything ready, you will be called for the interview. Interview will either be, if you are living in UAE, it will be physical interview. They will call you to the facility, and the program directors will ask you questions, or it will be virtual interview, online interview. Okay, if you're not available or present for the interview in the country, they will do an online interviewing, virtual. So basically, you will be asked questions on you will be asked general questions if you're just a medical student without any work experience or anything, or they will ask you questions on research. So this is uh, what I was told by many interns who got matched here. They were asked questions on ethics, as well as they will ask practical questions as well as basics of research, or they will make you, or they will read the CV and they'll ask you questions on that, on whatever you have mentioned on the CV. So everything to do with you and your personality and what work you have done. If you have mentioned work experience, they will ask you questions on that. What have you seen? What cases? What kind of setup was it? And they'll ask you what specialty you're interested in. So they want to ask if you're interested in continuing your studies or not, continuing your specialization in UAE or not. So you will have to show them that interest. You will have to remember that. So you'll have to just tell them I'm interested in this specialty, and they'll probably ask questions on that specialty. So the interview basically goes like this, and it goes on for half an hour to longer sometimes. So once you're done with the interview and you do well at the interview, you will then be shortlisted and selected for the internship program. So that's the whole process of internship. Okay. Can you please mute mic? Can you please mute mic? So that's the whole process of internship, regarding all the health authorities, how to apply, what is the application fee, and what are the documents needed, who is eligible, what happens after internship. So I hope I have pretty much covered the whole thing in 1 hour session. So with that, we finish today's session. We have covered a lot of ground from application, like I said, tips, and also the tips of making yourself stand out in the selection process. This is a very important thing because this is the only thing that is in your hand at this point. So,
Doctor, I have a question, please.
yes, yes. Give you 10 minutes.
If I
Yes.
रहने दो खजाइन को भी साथ ही उधर इनवाइट करते हैं भाई चलते हैं आज KFC पे सारे
okay, if I've done a residency program for like
ओ
2 years
पार्टी
in
बैठी
another
बैठ के
country,
की करना तू
do I
Mohammed
have to
Noman, can you
do?
please mute your
हैं
mic? Mohammed
ਭੈਣ ਚੋ
Noman.
ਰੋਜ਼ਾਨਾ ਨਿਕਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਆਪਣੀ ਬੱਚੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੂੰ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਬੱਚੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਸੀ ਤੂੰ ਯਾਰ ਅਸ
Yes.
Okay, so if I've done a residency program for 2 years in another country, do I need to do the internship too, for the residency program in the UAE, or is it like equivalent of doing the internship?
Have you done your internship in your home country?
I've done equivalent,
Was it 12
and
months? 1 year, clinical rotations in all the departments?
yes, it's in Syria, and it's my 6th year, and it has rotations in every department. Yeah, but we
Have
didn't
you
get a logbook for that.
Oh, you are required to have a logbook, and you will have to be given a certificate stating you have completed your medical internship in so and so university. That is needed. Your internship
So,
certificate is needed.
the residency program is not an equivalent.
No, internship program is for those who have not. It is soon after the undergraduation. You said you have done your residency program, right? You needn't do your internship.
I've done 2 years of residency program, but I don't have an exact equivalent of an internship.
Okay, so and another thing is you will have to do this program soon after your graduation. You cannot be having a gap of more than 1 year.
Okay.
It has to be done within 1 year of graduation.
Okay, and I need the internship to apply for residency in the UAE.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I'm an Indian and I have completed my MBBS from China. So
Mm-hmm.
I have my internship certificate from China. So will that give me an option to give EMRI exam or do I have to do intern in UAE?
If you have done your internship from China or whichever hospital, make sure that hospital is listed under WHO directory, okay, for you to be eligible for EMRI. That's one criteria. And the second is your internship. Have they given you the certificate stating you have completed internship year?
Yes, they have given.
Okay. In that case, you're good to go. You can apply for EMRI.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
But make sure your college is listed under WHO.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Actually, during our course, I have completed my course from Georgia. So, during our course, we have done researches, but it was not published in any pages or anything. So, will I be able to include that in the portfolio?
Not published? Yeah, of course you can write just even if it's not published, just anything to do with research and what was your role in it, please mention that elaborately on the CV. You have to elaborate it.
Oh, okay, okay. So,
It's
I
fine if
can just,
it's not published. Yes, as long as you're part of it, that's fine for them, because you're just a student now. They don't expect you to publish it.
okay.
They
Okay,
just want
thank
you
you.
to be involved in research
I had
activity.
a question, ma'am.
Yeah.
Actually, if I want to do like a 3 month kind of a rotation, for example, in a particular part, and for example, in neurology or neurosurgery or gynec part, so is it
Mhm.
possible to do it?
Have you finished your graduation and internship?
No, my internship is included in this, like my the course of six
Okay. You
years
are
in which,
final year now. You're doing your final year
mm, yeah,
MBBS
yeah,
now. Okay. So you can do electives. So clinical electives can be done for short duration.
okay.
Good
Yep.
evening, ma'am.
Yeah.
I had one question. Can you get the ECE certification before having completed all your subjects? Because my graduation is in July and I have subjects until June.
No. ECE has to be done only after completing your graduation. All 4 or 5. How many years of MBBS is it in Georgia?
6 years.
6 years. So the sixth year, do you have an exam or have you completed all the exams, final year exams?
I haven't completed. The final exams will be in June.
Okay, then in that case, you cannot do your ECE. You will have to complete all your final year exam, and those transcripts needs to be we have to send those transcript to ECE to the US. Before that, you cannot do your ECE.
So is it possible to apply to MBRU without the ECE and tell them
No,
that you can give the ECE after?
unfortunately not. No, 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 no. You will have to complete your graduation, or at least your exams needs to be finished for you to apply to MBRU.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, doctor.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Hello.
will you explain me how to get Emirates ID? What's the procedure to get it?
I don't work in DHA. I don't work with the government. I wish I could
Okay.
help you with that. But if you have your family here, you can ask your family to sponsor you. That's the only easy way out.
For
Hello, Doc.
application also we need Emirates ID. For applying internship program, for application process also we need Emirates ID, or during the internship it's enough.
Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
doctor.
Yes, doctor.
I have one question. I'm studying right now residency in Russia, and over here the residency is 2 years, but I'm thinking of doing a PhD doctorate in St. Petersburg, so that will give me 4 years. So my question is that if I want to work after 4 years of residency and PhD in Russia, do I also need to apply for advanced training program and internship in UAE too? After
Sorry,
the years?
can you please repeat?
I'm doing a residency program in Russia, 2 years, and then I'm thinking of doing PhD program also 2 years. So that will give me 4 years of dermatology residency and PhD in Russia. So my question is that after I finish these 4 years of studying dermatology in Russia, how is the internship also a requirement for me to work after 4 years in the UAE? Like, do I have to do the advanced training residency program in UAE, or just 3 years work experience and the license that I have to do? Is internship still a requirement if I finish 4 years in Russia?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, Dr. Afrin.
Yeah, I'm sorry, there was some connectivity issue, poor network probably. I could not hear the question. I'm very sorry.
It's
Can you
all right.
please repeat?
I'll keep it short. I'm gonna finish my residency program and PhD for 4 years in Russia. But I'm thinking after 4 years, I want to work in UAE. Is training internship training program a requirement after the 4 years? Because there's no internship programs in Russia, if you get my question. However, if I finish my residency and PhD in Russia after 4 years, is the training internship program a requirement? Or is only job experience part of the requirement? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
We can
Yeah,
hear you.
ma'am.
Yeah, I don't know what the issue is. I cannot hear any of you.
It's
Hello,
alright.
doctor. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Now I can.
Yes, doctor, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Doctor, I am asking that there is a criteria for 2 year work experience for doing the for getting a license in UAE. So after completing the medical internship in UAE, so is it possible to do 2 year work experience within UAE?
No, no. I
Because
covered
in
that frequently
because in
asked.
another case the a candidate should have the license for another country too to get the work experience.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So if you do your internship here, there is no way you can work. The only thing you can do is you can go back to your home country, get 2 years of work experience wherever that is, and come back here and practice as GP. That's one option. The other option is you can write your MRE and get into the residency pathway. For this pathway, you don't need to have your work experience.
Mm-hmm. Understood. So there is no any another option like you
No,
have
no.
to go to a country back then come clear the exam again for the country home country get the
Yes.
license. Okay.
Hmm. Yes,
Hello, ma'am.
yes.
Can you please explain about the 1 year eligibility? Because I just graduated in June of the 2024 and I had
What
to apply
one?
for 2025.
What eligibility? I didn't understand.
1 year, you are allowed only 1 year gap between graduation and the
Yeah, yeah.
application.
You can only have a gap of 1 year, not more than that, for you to apply for the internship program. If you
So, what
have a
about the
gap of longer than 1 year from graduation, it's difficult for you to do this internship program here.
Is it for both
Doctor,
DHA also?
For all the health authorities.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum, doctor. I have a question. Can you explain more about the EMRI pathway and HAD? Like, what is the timeline of it, and just more detailed explanation about it. Like, when do we have to do it, and what is the procedure?
Detail for Emory and DHA will take me 4 hours. I cannot do that in detail here as this was internship program webinar. But I will give you an overview of what Emory is and what DOH is. DOH, right? You asked me DHA or DOH?
Yes, ma'am. DOH. That's my
Yes.
bad.
Emory is your residency entrance exam. You will have to write Emory exam to get into the residency pathway, which is your post graduation in UAE. If you want to do your post graduation here, Emory is the exam you will have to give. DOH is for the licensing exam. If you have 2 years of work experience after internship, 2 years of work experience back in your home country, you can then write DOH GP exam and practice here. DOH licensing exam is to work here, and Emory exam is to uh, do your residency specialization. Okay, this is the stark difference.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Regarding EMRI, if I have completed my EMRI exams, and what's next? So I'll have to like directly apply for my DHE exams, or should I work?
No, I think you have gotten it all wrong. So Emory, after Emory exam, you will be not working as GP or anything. You will just be getting into the post graduation. Like in India, are you from India?
Yes, ma'am. I'm from India. I got that point. The thing is, after doing my residency program,
You don't have to write. You don't have to write DHA. You get licensed to work as a resident. You don't have to write any other exam.
so it's just direct licensing without the exams, just EMRI.
No, Emory, after you write Emory and you get a very good score, you will have interviews. So once you get selected for the residency program based on your interviews and there are two different interviews, your CV, your marks, and everything. Once you get into the program, which is of 4 to 6 years duration, depending upon the specialty, once you finish that, you are given a license to work as a resident. You don't have to write any other exam. You will be working as a resident and then a specialist, and then you become consultant after 5 years of working here.
Okay, ma'am. And regarding the hospitals in DOH, I heard from some sources that we can like split our internship period, like 6 months in one specific hospital and 6 months in other specific. Is it possible? Is it something like that?
You can do that. In DOH, you're asking, right? DOH.
Yes.
Yeah. So in DOH, what you have something called a SEHA. SEHA, okay? Under SEHA, there are many hospitals that are many hospitals are under SEHA. Like there is Tawam, there is SKMC, SSMC. So you can tell them it is all the same government, right? Same ruling body. So you can do your internship in different. In fact, they send you to different hospitals to rotate in different specialities. So under SEHA, this happens. It is not just one hospital. You will be rotating in different SEHA hospitals. You can do that.
Okay, ma'am. And also, I am specifically looking for a specific hospital in DOH, like Cleveland. So,
Mhm.
what are the like more additions that I will have to add in my CV? And
For which program you're asking?
for my internship program.
Internship. Okay. Internship getting into Cleveland will be a little difficult because they choose it's, as you know, it is affiliated from US, right? Cleveland is from US. So even for residency, they want you to do your USMLE. Only then such candidates, even if you have written MRE, you will have to do your step 1 and 2. So they are very particular about these things. So if you want to get into, they have their own set of rules probably. Apart from just having a good GPA. GPA is mandatory, 3.2, and interviews. And I think USMLE 1 or 2 you will have to clear. I'm not very sure for internship, but for residency, definitely they want you to clear 1 and 2.
Uh, so I have a good GPA for DOH, ma'am, but the thing is, I haven't applied for USMLE, but instead I am planning to write PLAB. So will that be equivalent?
No, but because this is a US based hospital, right? Lab is for UK. So they want US medical licensing exams only. But for internship, you know what I can tell you alternatively, you can just go to their official website, or if you are already here in Abu Dhabi, you can pay a visit, go to the academic section, and call them up and ask their requirements. You can do that directly rather than going through DOH. You can call them up, the academic section, directly, and you can ask them what are the extra special requirements apart from these that are mentioned on the DOH.
Yes, ma'am. That's the whole purpose of me attending this session. I have contacted them and
Mm-hmm.
they have asked me to come through the EMRI pathway. And I was not sure because I was applying for the internship only. But they told me that I have to apply to the EHS website. And once my profile gets selected, then I can
EHS.
directly contact them.
EHS is not for Cleveland.
No, ma'am.
EHS is for Cleveland. DOH you meant.
Uh, Basically, they asked me to register in the National Health Authority platform.
NIHS. NIHS.
NIHS.
Okay, so in that is for the residency program. NIHS is a website to get into the EMRI pathway, not internship.
Yes, ma'am, but that's what they told me. That's why I got really confused between the internship and the residency program.
Hmm. So probably they want you to take the same, they want you to have the same documents and everything what the EMRI candidates have, even for the internship. That's why I said USMLE 1 and 2. That is a requirement for them to get into the residency as well. So maybe they want you to have that as well, even for internship, which is a lot. Not all interns can pass USMLE 1 and 2, right? That's a major, I mean, it's too much for an intern. So if
Yes.
they're asking you to do that, it is definitely a very
I can't hear you, ma'am.
Hello. Hello.
We can hear you now.
Yeah.
Ma'am, and also I have some doubts regarding the apostille of our documents.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes.
Ma'am, I have a question regarding ECE score. So you just mentioned that until we graduate, until we complete our subjects, we can't apply for ECE score. So in that case, I'm still studying and I'll be completing my subjects on June in Georgia. So in that case, I won't be able to apply for Dubai now.
When is your exam? When are you giving your exam?
On June.
Okay, so DHA and EHS opens their applications in May and it will be there till June. So if you get your marks transcript before that, then you can apply for EHS and DHA. You will
Okay.
not be able to apply for MBRU and DOH because it's opening this month end, DOH from Feb 1st.
DOH also requires ECE score.
No, it you can give your marks transcript alone. But
But
again, it
for Dubai,
all right, all your final year transcripts they want, all years. So how will you do even DOH? You can give probably if you have it ready before EHS and DOH closes their application, you can probably apply.
But still, without completing subjects, I can still apply for it. That was the question.
Without completing what? You have
The
to complete
subjects.
exams. You have to
Okay.
complete your exams and you have to have your marks transcript ready to apply. If not, you can only apply next year.
Okay, but for MBRU, it won't be possible for this time.
No, no, because they are very clear on what they want. They want ECE, which will take time and it needs
And
all your.
transcripts won't be enough.
No,
Okay, okay, doctor. Thank you.
welcome.
Hello, doctor. I
Hello.
have a few questions.
Yes.
Firstly, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm a student studying abroad, not in India, okay? So I'll be graduating in 26 and I want to do my internship in UAE, which means, and post that, I want to give MRE. So does it mean like if I give MRE, it minuses my 2 years experience and I get a license? Or if there is a possibility like for me to not do MD, I'll have to do 2 years work experience in my home country, but that would require a license, right, in my country. So would I have to give the FMG exam in India?
So which country are you doing your undergraduation from?
From Georgia.
Yeah. So if you're planning to go back to India, you will definitely have to give FMGE. That is if you're planning to come here to work. So the only pathway and the best pathway for all these foreign medical graduates from Georgia, Russia, Armenia, etc., is EMRI, wherein you're not required to have your FMGE or your 2 years of work experience. You can straight away come, read well, study well, do your MD, and then if you're if you have a good score, you can get into residency here. So
So
this
that
is
will
only
give me my
part.
license.
After you do your residency, you will get license to practice here in UAE.
All right.
Okay,
Got
and
it.
while you're doing your specialization, of course, you will be working. You will only be given the resident license. So you can only work as a resident, not in any other hospital. Only in that particular hospital, you will be studying as well as basically post graduation.
Got it, doctor. And
Yes.
like when applying for DOH, do we have to apply for both DOH and all the hospitals that are there in Abu Dhabi?
For which program? Internship?
For internship.
Yes, you can do that. You can do that also. You can
Okay.
apply for the emirate for the health authority, that is DOH. You can even do that for MBRU or DHA or EHS. You
Ma'am,
can.
could you list all the hospitals that we can apply for Abu Dhabi for internship?
Abu Dhabi is Cleveland. Cleveland is very, very, very competitive, challenging. It's very difficult to get in. There is SKMC, there is SSMC, there is Tawam, there is Danat Al Emirat, then there is Alain. In Alain, you have Tawam Hospital. So these are all real good residency training programs come hospitals. So if you're doing your internship program, choose a hospital that provides residency training. So there is no point doing your internship if you are planning to do later on your residency in UAE. There is no point of you doing your internship program in a training center that does not provide residency.
All right, doctor. And as you said, like after 6 months of internship period, you can switch to another hospital in Abu Dhabi, right? So in case like in the first 6 months we get appointed to a hospital that doesn't have residency, can we go
You
to shift to
cannot do it
another?
yourself. You cannot do it yourself. You will have to take permission from the administration, the hospital administration, and then they will internally send you or transfer you to their connected hospitals. Like I said, Seha, there is something called a Seha. It's a big group in Abu Dhabi. There are many government hospitals under it. So if you want to do it, you can tell them. See, for example, in Alain, there is Tawam Hospital, which is very good for cancer specialty, sorry, hematology and oncology and everything. So you can tell them if you are interested in oncology or hematology for your electives, you can tell them, you can request them. I would like to be placed in or rotated in Tawam Hospital. I want to do my electives there. You can give them, you can request them. Then they will internally transfer you or send you to that hospital to do your rotations or your electives. So these things happen. But if you're paying 30K for one hospital, there is no way you can choose, you can leave that hospital, and you can do that if you want, but you are losing out on the money. Only if
Go-
the hospital permits you or you request them and they allow you, because these hospitals are internally connected, then they allow you to do in different hospitals.
Right, got it, ma'am. Apart from this, I have one more. Does LinkedIn profile play any role in maintaining, like, making a strong CV, or does it help in interviews or anything?
LinkedIn profile? Sorry,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
didn't get.
Yes, ma'am. LinkedIn profile.
You're asking me if LinkedIn profiles play, it helps you or not, right?
Yes, ma'am. Like, if it helps in any way to, like
LinkedIn
establish.
profiles, yes. LinkedIn profiles basically help you for in job hunting, not for interns to get placed, because everything you will be applying it through the health authority. So LinkedIn does not really help you in getting you matched in or placed in an internship center setup. So everything happens through the health authority. So it does not really make a big difference. What makes a difference is your CV, your portfolio. Build it, and you will have to work on the things that I said: research and volunteering. Be part of all these extracurricular stuff. They want to see what kind of a personality you are. So show that you are a dynamic personality. You are involved in many things, not just academic stuff. So these are the things they want to see on your CV.
Got it, ma'am. And
Yeah.
while explaining, you
Hello,
had
ma'am.
mentioned about I-form, but your voice was inaudible during that period. So
Oh,
I think
really?
you had
Okay.
also mentioned about it. So could you please explain
Mm.
about?
Yeah, I went on talking. I didn't realize I didn't realize it was not heard. So IFORM is an exam. It's very similar to USMLE 1 and 2. Okay, it's a very difficult exam for interns to pass. But if you have passed IFORM exam, which is a requirement by MBRU, they want MBRU want their candidates to pass IFORM exam. Okay, so if you have passed it, you have 80 to 90% chances of getting selected. If they just see that you have passed IFORM clinical sciences exam, you are a top candidate for both residency as well as your internship. But
Does
it's
it
a difficult
apply?
exam for interns.
Okay, does it apply to all the facilities, and
Of
when should
course,
the exam be given?
of course, yes, it applies to all the health authorities, but it is not a requirement by the others because they know how difficult it is. But since MBRU is free and they provide so many things for their students, that's why they want the best candidates to come to their programs. So that's why they have kept this mandatory requirement, IFORM,
Got it.
IFORM
When
medical
should
intern.
this exam be given?
There are specific dates. If you just have to you just have to put it on Google, and you the whole thing comes up. IFORM exam, IFORM, International Foundations of Medicine. That's the full form.
Can it be given like after your undergraduate is completed?
You can give it even when you're a final year student.
All right, got it, ma'am. And my last question, are there any suggestions as to where we can get observerships around UAE, especially in Abu Dhabi? Like any,
Observerships, there are plenty of hospitals that provides observership. Observership is just you're observing. It does not really, it does not really give you any upper hand. Yeah, it looks good on the CV that you have done your observership here, but for your internship, you don't have to do your observership. This is only for those who have career gaps, or who wants to see what the healthcare system here in UAE is. It's only for those, not for medical graduates or interns, because you are.
got it, doctor. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, hello, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have.
Ma'am, excuse me. I'm audible. uh,
Hello.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm audible.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Hello.
Hello, ma'am. I had a doubt regarding the apostille of our document. We have to do it from the UAE embassy in our degree.
So what do you want to do from the UA embassy?
No, I have my degree from China, which is translated and attested by Indian embassy. So, in regards, if I have to apply for internship or residency in UAE, so should I get any verification done via UAE embassy or anything like
Yeah.
that?
So for all these documentation and application work, my academy provides assistance for the whole application work from start to finish for the internship program, like ECE, report application, applying for BLS, and doing your applying for all the authorities. I have a team. If you need assistance, you can get in touch with my team and they will help you out.
Okay, sure. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So I think we have covered all the important points. And if you
Yes,
have
ma'am.
any
Question.
Question.
I'll take last one question. Yes.
Yes, doctor, I'm asking that as you said that the best way for all the FMGs is to go for the EMRI pathway, that is post graduation.
Hmm.
So are the the candidates get paid in the post graduation, like during doing post graduation period?
Yes, yes. They get paid around 10K per month. 10K
Uh-huh.
AED dirhams.
And like if a candidate do USMLE step 1 and step 2, so is that candidate exempted from the EMRI or
No,
is it something?
no exemption. There is no exemption for EMRI exam because this EMRI is specific for UAE, right? So,
Yeah.
but uh, if you see the website, on the website they have made a mention of SMLE exam, which is Saudi Medical Licensing exam. If you have
Mm-hmm.
passed SMLE with a good score, then you can use that scorecard for your residency in UAE.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Thank you, doctor.
All right.
Understood.
Ma'am, can we
All
take
right.
one more question?
Yes, yes. Tell me.
Ma'am, I graduated from China, and the
Mhm.
medical program in China is for 6 years, and the sixth year is considered as the internship year, after
Okay.
which we graduate. So, is this considered as a valid internship program, or should I do after graduation as well, which is a valid internship program, which we were talking about right now?
So your sixth year, what do they mention in your university? Is that your
In my
internship?
Yeah, in my transcript, it's written internship, sixth year internship, and after which
So-
I graduated.
Mhm. Okay, so you have completed all your years. Final year is done,
Yes,
right?
yes, 6 years
In your
program, and the
exam.
sixth year is the internship program, an
Okay.
internship year
You
which is
don't
there.
have any more exams left.
No, no, I have the degree certificate.
All right. Then you can use that. You can apply for internship this year in that case.
Okay, and how slim are my chances for getting into internship because I graduated at 2023?
23, is it?
Like I can apply, right?
You can apply, you can try applying, but they have mentioned that you shouldn't have a gap of more than 12 months. But you can try applying. You can apply. Why was there a delay? Because of this year of final year of internship, is it?
Yes, yes, that's the reason. Yes.
No,
Hello,
but
ma'am.
then in that case, why do you want to do your internship again?
No, because this internship happened before I graduated. So is this considered an internship as well? Because in different countries, it is called different things. Like I live in Kuwait, the 6 year, the 7 year program, it is in Kuwait, and the last year is called
Mhm.
clinical rotational year or something like that. After
No,
which,
you need to ask your hospital management or administration. Uh, Ask them if this is a valid certification for internship. The 12 year, was it a 12-month clinical rotations in all the departments?
yes, yes,
12 months.
yes, 12 months. The sixth
And
year
you
is
have a
like one entire year. It was.
okay, then it is considered as it should be a valid internship which is recognized. So you can use this for your EMRI next year. You needn't repeat your internship again.
Okay, okay. I have already applied for MD. I
Mhm.
haven't booked
Are
my.
you giving it this year?
Yes, hopefully,
Okay,
yes.
okay. So you can use this. This is your valid internship because you have rotated in all the clinical departments, and if they have given you a certificate, that means it is valid. You don't have to repeat your internship again.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
All right, and all the best to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes, this is
kindly
the last
one
question.
last
No
question,
more.
please. Yes, yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
I have recently graduated from Kyrgyzstan. It's a Central
Mhm.
Asian country. I will receive my degree in February 2025. So,
Mhm.
I want to avoid the 2 years work experience pathway. So, what should I do now to for the residency in UAE? I don't want to go back to my home country. Did you get my question, ma'am? Hello, am I audible? Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Sorry, ma'am, there was a connectivity issue.
Hello?
Am I audible now, ma'am?
Yeah, now
Did
you
you
are. I could not
did you
hear
get me?
you.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I have recently graduated from the Kyrgyzstan. It's a
Yeah.
Central Asian country.
Mhm.
I do not want to go back to my home country and for 2 year experience and for internship stuff.
Mhm.
So I want to pursue my internship here in Kyrgyzstan and then want to work as a resident in Dubai Health Authority. So what should I
Hmm.
do to avoid the 2 year work?
You can get into Emory pathway. You can do the residency here. Prepare well for the residency. But see, residency is not easy to get in. That's another thing you need to remember. The seats are highly limited here and they have reserved it for the locals. Okay. So if you're, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So if your score is very good and if your GPA all throughout your years, your MBBS years are good, then you have chances of getting in. And if you do well at the interviews. So these are the factors that get you into the residency. Okay. So if you have, you will have to work on these things. So this is the only pathway left for FMGs basically for from Kyrgyzstan, from Russia, Georgia, and all these countries that have to go back to their home country to do to get their home country license. This is the only pathway that is best for them. This is the one, and the other is USMLE. You can even go to the US and do your USMLE steps and get into residency there. So for FMGs, these are the two pathways for residency.
Okay, ma'am. Is MRE too competitive to get in, or it's we can get it from
See,
preparing?
every exam is not difficult, but it is
Or
competitive.
we have a
US
best CV
exam is
portfolio
difficult,
and
but easy to
the
get in.
research experience as well.
Yes, yes, yes. You will have to work on these things. If you have USMLE 1, 2, or PLAB or any of these international exams passed, then you have better chances. And your portfolio needs to be solid. You have to do really well on your interviews. You will have MMIs, multiple mini interviews, which will be on your personality general interview. And once you pass that, you will have specialty interview based on the subject or your specialty of interest. You will be asked questions on that. So that is the last step. Once you pass all of this, you will be given the residency here. And the score has to be really good, your Emory score. Hello.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. So if you all have any issues with the application process for internship, I have a team, my academy, that is assistants. We will assist you with the application. We will get you up. We will apply to all the health authorities, and we will even tailor your CV as per the need of the health authorities here. So you can get in touch with us, and we will help you out.
Thank you so much, doctor, for your precious
Most
time.
welcome. Thank you. Thank you all for joining today's webinar. I wish you all the very best in your medical journey in UAE. I hope to see you all here in UAE. So, yes, thank you all once again for your participation. And don't forget to collect your certificates after this session, certificate of participation. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello,
Thank you so
doctor.
much.
I
Most
had
welcome.
registered for event. I got the link from your Instagram channel. So is there a way for me to receive the certificate?
Yeah, just reach out to our on WhatsApp, the support team. We have specifically given it to the free registered student. We have not given it to all. So there were paid and there were few free registered ones. So only they have got it. So whoever has attended today will receive a certificate of participation. So, but
So,
please
doctor,
don't forget to reach out on
where
WhatsApp.
to where to write on WhatsApp on the
Uh,
group?
yeah, are you part of the group?
Yes, in the Emery group, too, there is a group.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do one thing. Just be on the chat. Dr. Afreen's Academy support team number. I'll post it here. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So we can like
You
just
can get
write
in
on.
touch with Dr. Afrin's Academy support team. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Just hold on the chat. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you all. Thank you so much for participating and coming for the webinar. See you all. Have a good evening. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Bye, doctor.
Yeah, bye.
Just
Thank you,
hold on.
Anjali. Thank you. Thank you.
Anytime, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Waiting for the
Yes.
assistance team.
Yes. I'll just mention it here in the chat. Uh, I think you'll be able to see it now within 2 seconds. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This is the support team number. You can connect there. Okay.
It did not came till now.
Really?
Like there is no number on the chat.
Okay, 1 second. Just check again. I have pasted it.
Still not there.
Okay, 1 second. Can you note it down?
Yeah, you can tell it to me.
Yeah. I'm not able to see it. It's just going to selected peoples in the chat. Okay. So Dr.
Okay.
Nafreen's support number is +971
Plus 971
545
545. Hello.
578
545
545 578
578
680.
680.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now it is there on
Now
the.
it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the support team number. Okay. You can get in touch with them.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Bye. Good night. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you, doctor. Goodbye.
Goodbye.